So I decided to challenge myself in the new game Sons of the Forest by trying a new challenge I've created called Coast to Coast Challenge, where I'll basically have to go from one side of the island to the other within 3 in-game days. Of course, this will be on normal difficulty because sadly I'm not as experienced as some of you Sons of the Forest hardcore players. First, we start at the north spawn point at the top of the island. Let's jump in with Gar and see how he gets on. So I want to make this clear. This is not a let's play video of any of the sort. It is me surviving this horrible island and trying to make it from one side to the other within 3 days. With our boy Kelvin as well. Let's help Kelvin up. Get him, make sure he's all ready and healthy for us. Wake up, Kelvin. Come on. Yeah, we know he's burst his eardrums. That faffing around. Let's open up my kit. Get through all the tutorials. Let's open this bad boy and equip this lovely axe. And let's open up more of these. Of course, before I head all the way over there, we are on day 1 in the morning at 9:48. So I'm going to have to try and make it all the way over there within good time frame. As you can see, we have quite a lot of terrain, including a mountain to pass. So we'll see what we can get done in this video. Anyway, Kelvin, you need to follow me. Because what I actually want to do is see if there's anything I can access with this helicopter over here before I travel. If I don't get eaten by sharks. Okay, apparently I can't actually see anything. It's not ideal, and I can't actually get down there. Right, Kelvin's waiting for us on the shoreline. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and head back to shore. Seemed like that was a bit of a wasted effort. Kelvin, don't run away, mate. Stay right there. Let's go ahead and head over to our other half of the island. So like I said, this might take a while. So I don't know how many episode series this is going to be. It might only just be a 3-episode challenge series per day in-game. But what I do need to pick up is quite a lot of sticks, rocks and stuff just to survive. What I'm also going to do is use some of my own advice to go ahead and collect some berries. But not just collect these berries randomly. I'm actually going to go ahead and stick to the river. Which is coming up very soon on the left hand side. This will obviously give me free drinking water practically and food if I camp somewhere and I get Kelvin to do some fishing for me. So after gathering some supplies, berries, sticks, rocks and anything I could get my hands on, we decided to take a trip up the river to get an advantage on this challenge. Of course we wanted to make it to this little curve in the river and hopefully set up some camp or gather some more supplies. But as we made it up to this little kink in the river, it seems we ran into something we didn't expect. Ah, so we're here. Oh no, by the looks of it, we're actually at a cannibal camp on this little corner part. Hopefully we can actually... Okay, we're just going to leave them alone. Oh, Kelvin's already bolting. Kelvin, where the hell are you going, mate? Kelvin? Kelvin? Why is... Kelvin's bolting quicker than I ever can. So no one's following me. Yeah, come here, Kelvin. Bloody hell did you run off for? I can't even see you. Wait, did he get injured? No, he's just eating blueberries. Okay. Can you follow me, please, Kelvin? God, he must have been hungry. He ran off that quick. And we've made it quite a bit far away across by shore. We need to start heading towards this mountain range, and I think I'm going to basically use the river all the way along here up until we get to pretty much the end of the river, and then I'm going to walk pretty much straight until we join the river at that cave point. That hopefully will give us enough time ahead of schedule. Now, the plan was set to make it along this river to the end and join another river where this cave was located. I ran into a deer, which I thought, you know what, I need some food, let's go and try and gather this food. But sadly, the deer got away. But we did run into some, let's say, unlucky passengers that landed on this island. What I will do though is I'll head over here, because I think like some boxes over here. Was this a pilot? A grappling hook? A zipline wire? Oh, Jesus. Fiber arrow. So we actually find a fiber arrow. It's pretty cool. Okay, I don't think there's anything more loot around here. Apart from a helmet? Wait, what the hell's that? Energy bar. Okay, so that's going to be good for us. Kelvin. I don't know if we're going to be able to climb up here, my friend. Hopefully you can follow me around here. He's going to have to run all the way around, isn't he? Oh, for God's sake. Where the bleeding hell is he gone? Oh, he's running all the way up there. Oh, so he's making more progress than me. Ooh, no. Jesus, nearly fell off the edge of that thing there. So, Kelvin's already got the upper hand. Great for him. We'll meet us round up here at the top. As our journey continued along the river, we thought almost that little goal was in sight. But sadly, we ran into the cannibals. Oh no, we have the gold face. Kelvin. No. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, great. So this obviously didn't go too well. I see some rope there that could be beneficial. First we actually got to go and escape. Collect our backpack. Let's grab this rope. Grab this rope. Grab my backpack. Oh, hello. And looks like that's game over, ladies and gents. Failed the challenge. And as easy as that, that was it. Game over. But I wasn't going to give up that easy. So sadly I had to make some tough decisions before we set off on the next challenge run. So I think in this, I'm going to have to make some tough choices before I actually set off here. The reason is because I feel Kelvin was slowing me down. I mean, I might be totally wrong here, but I still feel like he was slowing me down to a certain extent. And with those enemies rolling around, I think I just need to kind of get off the beaten track as much as possible. Stay away from things like the river as much as possible, even though I think it could help me possibly. And just kind of take as much help as I need. I'm sorry, Kelvin. I'm not to do this to you. So Kelvin's dead. I went against my own advice and pretty much killed him. The next goal now is to practically try and make it across here without, of course, dying like I did just before. This could be very, very tricky, like I said. But I'm going to try and make it as further than I actually did before and hopefully create some shelter for myself. Now, without Kelvin and a new plan laid out, we decided to go off the beaten track and not stick to the river. We feel that the cannibals won't be roaming around as much there, so hopefully I'll make some more progress on this next run. But then out of nowhere, we started to hear some sounds, which almost sounded like a radio? So it seems like I found actually a campsite with the radio. Sadly, obviously, Kelvin, me and Dad, he won't be able to hear much of it, but maybe there might be some more loot in here. Energy bars and stuff. I don't know if that's really going to attract any... Okay, he's here. So we need to run away. Try and make it around away from him. Because he's not going to give us a very good time. Unless he's already spotted me. Which means this can't be good. Okay, I think we avoided him for now. We managed to actually somewhat escape him. Problem I think we're going to face now is getting over this ridge. Don't know if there's a way we can get up here. Maybe I can utilize some parkour skills. Yes, it worked. This is a great revelation that we've just found. Okay, we have little cannibals. They're harmless if you walk away. So I think we've reached our next blocker. Is this kind of sheer face we need to get over. Ah. Walking along it till we find a little steep incline, which looks like we've actually found. And we can head into the mountains. So after we have finally found a way up this cliff face, it's now to trek up the mountain to get ahead of ourselves on this journey. And after running into some snow, it means that we had made it up the mountain quite a far way. So it means we were almost ahead of schedule. But, of course, this is a challenge after all. So maybe I'll need to hunker down for the night and try and find a campsite. I think this challenge actually might be relatively easy. At the same time, as you can see, if we run into any enemies, it might be a bit more of a bigger problem. I think what I'm going to do is, as I'm kind of going diagonal so I could get up this hill, is I'm going to go ahead and set up camp right here. Seems quite open, quite clear. I'm kind of on a high ground. And even though I'm in the open, at least I can see any enemies coming my way. I guess I could make it up a bit more higher to minimize the risk. I think I'm going to stop here because I'm actually quite high up now. And I don't want to head too far into woodland area where it makes it a bit more harder to see things coming at me so I can escape. So what we're going to do is actually grab one of these, set a little tarp down. What I'm going to do is equip one of these sticks. Make ourselves a makeshift shelter. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this very short trial video. Hopefully we can survive it and make it to the other side of this island.